All right, we in the building today. Yes, we are back here for another beautiful stream on Talking Tough with T. I want to give a big shout out to everybody that has supported me throughout this entire year of 2023. Definitely want to talk about a lot of things here tonight on the show. So if you are here and you want to know exactly what's going down in Mobile, Alabama, from the city hall to the number one community in Mobile of Tomanville, you have landed at the right place. You have come to the right show. I am so elated to be able to go over a live stream and talk to you all. A live video stream that we can all be a part of and that we can all join in on. Some very interesting events happened today downtown, as there have been very, very many incidents happening downtown all year long. But this year wouldn't be the first year for excitement, mayhem, or chaos to take off in downtown Mobile. But we are in perilous times. We are in times like none other before. We are at the brink of witnessing some of the most heinous crimes being committed by um, people who are sworn to wear the badge, people who took the oath. We are seeing some of these times come from people like the elected officials that we trust so much with our daily lives. And you know what I think a lot of people don't understand is how important those events and acts that happen downtown at Government Plaza, how serious they are. I don't think people really realize that just because you might not care about politics or you might not have a desired interest in politics that it doesn't affect you, but people, you got to wake the hell up and realize that it does affect you. These problems do they do affect how we live on a day to day. You know, when we don't vote for people who represent us, or we don't vote for people who speak for our better interests, then this is what we get. We get 16-year-olds killed in their homes. We get innocent black men being murdered when they're not even the ones that were supposed to be attended to when the police call out to certain areas in the community. So, you know, seeing all that we've gone through dealing with the last stadium issue and how me touching on issues like that led to people really getting emotional, really getting in the fix to try to get themselves out of a jam, you know what to say. Because there were a lot of things going on where people were, um, you know, doing some back alley business, for lack of better terms, to say. We had a lot of back alley business going on downtown, and I myself and a few others, uh, jointly, collectively, we spoke out against those issues, and the issues were getting so touchy to the point that we were getting ostracized and harassed by city council members and members of the mayor's administration because we were standing on business about not letting LAD just be sold under any terms or conditions. You know, we had to make sure that those terms and conditions actually suited the people. So I want to thank you for being here on Talking Tough with T. Whether you're watching on Facebook Live, whether you're watching on YouTube right now, or you're on Twitch watching us right now. And if you're catching this later on Spotify on the audio podcast, you know, we want to thank you for being here. Podcasting is something that I've been doing since 2009. Black T Radio was the name of the initial podcast. Um, it was something I started trying to tap the doors down and get more exposure for urban and underground artists so that they wouldn't have to worry about the corporate chains of media to get their songs and their words and lyrics out. And then that led to us talking about not just also hip hop communities, but also local, regional, and national issues that plague us. And when we realize it all at the beginning and the end, hip hop is centered and surrounded around all of it. Hip hop is a movement, hip hop is a lifestyle, hip hop is a culture. So that's one thing I chose to never let go of and to never stray away from. So grab some popcorn, go get your last cup of coffee, get whatever you like to get to eat or whatever you have going. We're not going to be on long tonight. It's a short show tonight, but I'm glad that you're here to watch it with me. So we're going to take a quick little pause, and when we come back, we're going to get into the meat of the day. So, took the quick little brief little pause there. Had to give me something to sip on, something to drink real quick. Not going to be here too much longer tonight, but what I do want to cover is a few issues that have been going on in the community. A lot of people turn to me and ask me about what's going on in Tomanville all the time. And especially with what's going on in Tomanville, with us just having the biggest weekend of the year for someone, in the urban community, painting the skyline orange and green, of course, our colors to be, because we hail to thee, but that's just a little something for later on. There are things that go on within the community that people tend not to shed light on because they try to save face or they try to protect image of certain individuals and people in the community. Well, you know me, Mr. Tell It Like It Is T. I'm gonna tell it like it is. And a lot of people don't like me for that, but there are some who really love me for that. And for you, I'm thankful. But I like I said before we took the little 30-minute intermission, 30-second intermission, hip hop is centered and surrounded by all of this. So, I do music, I record music, I make songs and things like that. I do what I do. What I want you all to do right now is respect my mind. Check me out. Listen to what's being said. Listen to the things that you're about to hear. I'm about to play a song, not a rap song. It's not jive. It's hip hop. Really, my music has no genre. Yes, I said my music has no genre because my music speaks to the core, speaks to the heart, and it speaks to exactly what we're going through right here in Mobile and in Alabama and this whole Gulf Coast region. It speaks to the things that we suffer and we encounter. But when I wrote this particular song, it was me saying that, hey, I'm not going to accept what you want me to be. I'm not going to accept the ways that you have desire to set out for me to walk in because nobody chooses this path but the feet that walk down it. You can tell me which way to go, but it's up to me to take myself down that road. And I don't necessarily have to take myself down the road that I don't see fit for or desirable for myself. Like today, I went and spoke at city council and I had my hat on. And a particular individual whose name I will not use today, but they were a city council person. And they did call me into their office on the 9th floor today for a meeting. And it was not District 1's rep at that. So don't think that it was me and the District 1 rep that I ran against that had this said meeting. Just know it was one of the 7. But I'll say it was a top dog. That's what I will say. So you do the math on that. They called me into the meeting and they asked me based off what I said today about some questions. Like how can they add more teeth to the fire, or how can they make their legislation stronger. But after going to the committee meeting prior to saying those, well, previously before going to the meeting today, I said those remarks. And when we got there, the city council attorney and the city attorney, they both were painting out pictures about how this had to be taken up to state, how this had to be taken up to the state legislators like Napoleon Bracey, Adeline Clark, Barbara Drummond, Samuel Jones, and Vivian Figures, our state delegation that represents us locally in Montgomery for Mobile County. Those individuals that represent us in the urban communities, those are the people that we need to be talking to about strengthening body camera policies and strengthening any other statewide policies that we really are hindered from amending, manipulating, or enhancing right here in the port city. But my stance to them was, they said that, well, they've been urging the family members to go to these bodies. They've been urging the family members to go to so and so. And, I told them, but what about the time when the city council and the mayor took a podium to St. Michael Street and Royal Street and stood in front of a building crying to state legislators about creating or revisiting and bringing back the Alabama Historical Tax Credit Rehabilitation Act, or it's the Alabama Historical Rehabilitation Tax Credit Act. Whichever one it is, that's the one they went down there and they lobbied for. That's the one that they went down there and they petitioned for. And that's the one that they got with state legislators about creating. Hence, you see so many old historical dilapidated buildings downtown and throughout Mobile in the historical regions being renovated. Now, that particular city council person told me that, well, look who they did it for the benefit. It benefit the red, the other side of the aisle, the right side of the aisle, for those of you who know politics, or the Republicans of Alabama. And that could be very well true. But it can also have impacts to benefit the blue or the brown or the black, however you like to say it, if we just handle business and we were a part of that process as well. So don't come to me and tell me why you're not doing something and that's the answer. Because I don't care if that was to support Republicans when they made that act. We're talking about right now. And we're talking about calling people to action. And we're talking about doing things that make sense right now downtown. And if I ask you to advocate to our state delegation, and you tell me that the only reason why the mayor and a particular council person at that time advocated to the state delegation was because it was to benefit Republicans, that's a cop out and that's an excuse. And that's you basically saying, I fear this man. This man has more power than me, and I ain't trying to get involved. So, I take it to heart, and I take it the perception as, okay, you want me to just go to the state delegation there because it seems like, I'm always coming downtown talking about something. I'm always talking about an issue, and I'm always going on the forefront. So I don't feel like it's my job and it's my need, and I'm not obligated to go to the state delegation and talk about these issues. I'm not obligated to do that. That's why we have these city council people sitting in chairs to do the work for us. And when they have the letterhead affixed with the city seal of Mobile stating that we want this done, and when they send it to the state delegation and tell the media, hey, we reached out to the state because we want to change this at the state level. Now the onus goes on the state level. And that's something that needs to be taken into consideration. Your city councils are there to legislate. Your city councils are there to advocate. And when you ask them to advocate up to the state, because laws have to be changed on the state level, and the city level can't override the state level to tell you a reason why it can't happen. You know, how encouraging is that? How reassuring is that? But then y'all don't get to see this because you don't go back and watch the YouTubes when they have the city council meetings. You don't tune in to Port City 6 to watch the city council meetings. You don't go down to the city council meetings. So how in the hell do y'all know what's going on in the city besides when y'all see something going up? People are always saying like, hey, oh man, all they building is storage units. Every time I turn around, there's a car wash and a storage unit. Well, if you went to city council, you'll know exactly who applying for the damn permits and the business licenses. And you'll see who doing what. Then you'll be able to determine if somebody trying to wash some money or if somebody just being funny. Or anything going on in this city, y'all. It's that simple. Start watching them city council meetings. They on YouTube. I go back and I look at a city council meeting to try to cut some audio or some video from when I spoke or when somebody else spoke and I need it for a project. And it could be weeks to months down the line. And I look at it and it'd be like 241 viewers. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We are a city of nearly 200,000. And you mean to tell me only 241 people are watching the archives of a city council meeting? Oh, okay. I'll wait. So, you know, people like, you gonna run for office again? I'll be like, why? Y'all don't give a damn. Y'all don't care about what's going on in your own city. All y'all care about is what's going on the Breakfast Club, in the Shade Room, and on your favorite DJ's Facebook page, you know, or your favorite Bottle Girl's Facebook page. Y'all don't give a damn about real issues. Y'all don't care about what's really going on. But hey, we're here now, talking tough with T. This is it. We're the future. Check out my song, Be Myself. I'll be right back with my address at the city council today that they did not like.
Life in Alabama, it can be underestimated. It's a real life struggle. I'm about to tell y'all about this shit. I got to be myself, can't be nobody else. My family raised me right, the streets turn me left.
And I'm from Alabama where it gets hard as hell. You try to snap for something, they'll hit you with them shells.
I got to be myself, can't be nobody else. My family raised me right, the streets turn me left.
And I'm from Alabama where it gets hard as hell. You try to snap for something, they'll hit you with them shells.
I got to be myself, can't be nobody else. My family raised me right, the streets turn me left. And I'm from Alabama where it gets hard as hell. You try to stand for something, they'll hit you with them shells. Don't matter if you wear square toes or a dicky suit. Please believe somebody gon' be after you. I ain't telling you what I heard, I'm telling you what I know. I'm from the land of Jim Crow, Mission Impossible. You do what you gotta do
To make it out this motherfucker.
You do what you gotta do
To take care of your mother.
You do what you gotta do
To lend a helping hand. You do what you gotta do to be a better man.
Got to be myself, can't be nobody else. My family raised me right, the streets turn me left.
And I'm from Alabama where it gets hard as hell. You try to snap for something, they'll hit you with them shells.
I got to be myself, can't be nobody else. My family raised me right, the streets turn me left.
And I'm from Alabama where it gets hard as hell. You try to snap for something, they'll hit you with them shells.
Can't be no preacher in the church, cause I'm a preacher on the curb. I'm out here on the turf where they got real pain that hurt. I look, I out for the kids, tell them about the wrong idea. I look out for the kids, I help start them believe.
I do these things without looking for cheese, and that's the difference between all you rats and me. Well, most people only out for self and greed. I do it cause I'm tired of seeing people greed. So,
don't judge me cause I help those in need.
okay.
Don't judge me cause I'm doing good deeds. Don't judge me cause I stand and believe.
Don't judge me, baby, just follow my lead.
I got to be myself, can't be nobody else. My family raised me right, the streets turn me left.
And I'm from Alabama where it gets hard as hell. You try to snap for something, they'll hit you with them shells.
I got to be myself, can't be nobody else. My family raised me right, the streets turn me left.
And I'm from Alabama.
I'm from Alabama.
Where it gets hard as hell. You try to
snap for something.
they'll hit you with them shells.
Hopefully y'all heard the words that came clearly out of my mouth just then. Hey, people be like, you roll tide? I'll be like, I'm from Alabama. Where the hell you see roll tide at? Just do it, baby. I love Nike and I love my state. And I represent the red, the black,
Life in
the
Alabama.
green. You understand? That's what type of time we on around here, y'all.
It's
That's what type of time we on around here, my people. So, went down to city council today. Man, it was so crazy because one of my justice pals had texted me and was like, okay, so first of all, I signed up to speak, bamboozled them. I snuck attack them. They already had a pre-agenda set up for city council this week. And, with it being a holiday and you have to sign up by 2 p.m. on Thursday, they already had their little agenda set up. But, and with them now having to accept the online submissions, I just waited until like 5 minutes before kickoff of the Turkey Day Classic to submit my online submission to call for the impeachment of Sandy Stimpson, the resignation of the city attorney, Ricardo Woods, and the resignation of James Barber, the chief of staff. And to give my remarks and comments about the media and the reports from the media based on the viewing of the Jawan Dallas body camera footage. Now, you look at the pre-council meeting, Councilman Joel Daves, the comic cowboy who admitted to being a comic cowboy, who holds no shame because the people of District 5 won't run against him or get him out of office. He always shows his disapproval for me and whatever I have to say and whenever I come down, but he also knows that it's not wise to make public remarks, because if he ain't got nothing good to say, don't say it at all. And he usually has nothing good to say. So all he does is try to figure out, what is he coming to speak about now? And he was upset this morning once he found out that I was on agenda. And when he found out what I was on agenda to speak about, it really turned his day upside down. So if you saw my post today when I was like, I pissed in some corn, some cornflakes were pissed in today. His cornflakes were pissed in, and a few others' cornflakes were pissed in. And, there was a lot of grandstanding done today. We've been talking about these issues in the community for quite some time now, about the Jawan Dallas incidents. His mother has been coming down every Tuesday since the first Tuesday in July. And her last Tuesday was last week. She saw the body cam footage the Wednesday following, which will be, 7 days ago, coming up in a few minutes. And since then, the media has told her not to even her attorneys have told her basically, don't even leave home. Don't go anywhere, because, now that people know that she's seen the body cam footage, the media is going to be harassing her and surrounding her and trying to question her. And she's not allowed to talk to anybody right now, which I'm glad the lady got to see the footage. And I'm glad that some truth was brought about in this matter. Now, the city council hadn't seen it. Excuse me. City council hadn't seen it. The mayor's administration, they've seen it. Of course, the police department has seen it. Of course, District Attorney Keith Blackwood, who y'all let beat Moshe, he saw it. Didn't vote for me, didn't vote for Moshe. Shouldn't y'all be ashamed? Whew. But that's another story for another day, y'all. All those people necessary saw, the grand jury saw it. Now the attorneys, the direct activists, third-party stakeholders, and the family of Jawan Dallas have seen it. This issue actually made CNN. It has finally made CNN. We're global, y'all. We're global. But we're not global for what we need to be global for. We went global for the New Year's Eve shooting, and now we've gone global on CNN for the obviously involved shooting of Jawan Dallas. But it's really sad that a 16-year-old had to be the martyr for this Dallas issue to take precedence. It's sad that a 16-year-old had to be the catalyst to actually get us somewhere in this fight, because it wasn't until the 16-year-old was killed by the police when they entered the home that a lot more people started standing up and saying, okay, something's wrong. You're just doing too much now. But, glad we're here now. And it's really sad that we have to be here under such times and such terms. Now, I'm about to play this video because I told y'all I'm not going to hold y'all long tonight. And after we watch this video, come back and tell you a little bit more about what's going on. Oh, wait. Before I get to the video, y'all want to know about what's going on in Tomanville. Okay, so Tomanville has the LaFleur all-class reunion every year. And we get together, we raise funds, because it's a fundraiser, it's a business. See, a lot of people just love the fact that it's a party on Friday night, but they forget about the tailgate, the community parade, things of that nature, and the church service that's done on Saturday and Sunday. They forget that this is all done so that we can all bring together our tradition to keep it going for the long run and to keep our school open. A lot of people forget that. A lot of people have forgot that. And a lot of outsiders never really knew that or cared about that. A lot of outsiders just think that all we do is one big old cabaret on Friday, when that's not the essence of it. It all started with this alumni band and this alumni organization saying that we wanted to put things together and we wanted to make sure that our community remembers and always holds true to the value of the things that we hold true and dear in our chest. Okay, so with that being said, we outgrew ourselves over at LaFleur doing it in the school and things like that. And some other issues came up to where, there's, like we said downtown with the police incident, that all cops are not bad cops and some are good. Just like you have a whole bunch of people coming in the community to do good, you have some people who just don't care about good at all. And some of those incidents where you have people on the inside who are jealous because they didn't get to hold some type of leadership position, they went ahead and told about the bad that was going on. So we had to revamp, we had to reshape, not only with that being so small for our fire marshal capacity. So went to the fairgrounds, and I went to the first two at the fairgrounds, but I have not been back to the fairgrounds since the 2019 event. And just because I said that we're losing the spirit of essence, we're losing the spirit of beginning and remembrance. But now I think after this alumni event this year, that won't be the case, because a lot of things happened this time that didn't go over so smooth, because, they're painting this image of the new LaFleur. And, they want to keep tradition, hold traditional values, but they want all the people who are stewards of traditional values to have absolutely nothing to do with the program. And that ain't going to cut it in our community. LaFleur was created by people who stood up and had a backbone, and the Honorable Mr. Buskey and Michael Figures. But you know, long story short, the alumni band is what everybody comes to see. The alumni band is what really has everybody flowing through the doors before 7 or 8 p.m. to come see the LaFleur pep rally. Because all we do is show y'all exactly how we used to do every game day. We give y'all this pep rally because always, you've heard LaFleur had the livest pep rallies. LaFleur had the best pep rallies. Man, I mean, even in my time in school, we had the yin, like, come on, I graduated in 2006. So you got to know how relevant this is. We had the Yin Yang twins come to our pep rally one time before. And that's not all. Like Ray Ray used to host our pep rallies. Like it was so big. And Miss McDade, they would do that thing with she would make sure that we knew all those Fat East Side High, Cooley High era 1968 cheers and chants that built our spirit. From is the gang all here? Yeah, man. Well, loosen up your ass, Scott. Let's go. That good stuff like that. Oh, we got the spirit. The what? The what? The what? All that good stuff, man. And like I said, you incorporate Yin Yang Twins and other artists of the such of that era, just through my era. I was there 02 to 06. I can't speak about what happened 01 and beyond. You know what I'm saying? So just on that, people know that LaFleur has the best pep rallies, and the alumni band is what really set things off. And that's what used to have everybody going. Like, okay, they used to pile in for the classroom suites and go eat up all the food and congregate and drink and be merry. And yeah, everybody used to be in the gym for the alumni basketball game, but they would have to be in the gym for the alumni basketball game in order to have a spot for the pep rally. Because once you hear that coming through that hallway, through that tunnel leading, yes, the tunnel, we had tunnels. Coming through that tunnel leading to the gym, you knew it was on. And you knew Miss McDade was going to grab that mic and all the chants was going to start. And you were going to relive the history in the past. And we'd be on Facebook Live with almost 3,000 people in the gym with orange, green, black, and white on. And everybody that wasn't Rattlers are at home watching our Facebook Lives like, damn, it's going down and up. So bad to the point of like, I want to go, I want to come. Folks used to come to the tailgate, see, before they started construction on the stadium and all that. We used to tailgate behind the school in the open field, not over at the park. And folks used to come to the tailgate wearing their shirts saying, I'm a Panther, but I'm a Rattler for the weekend, or have on a blunt leopard shirt, but it be orange and green. And I'm just talking about all type of stuff, saying, man, we want to come to y'all Friday night. We want to come to y'all Friday night, but it be too deep. And it really used to be too deep. It was a Tomerville affair. It was a Tomerville party. So I'm saying all this to say that everybody came to see the damn band, man. Just put it down like that. So when you got Dr. Antonio Williams, the president, not the president, but the principal, which is the president anyway, of LaFleur High School, setting mandates and standards and throwing shade on the alumni of Tomerville and LaFleur High School from graduation podiums at the Mitchell Center, when he's throwing shade to the alumni base, how can you take him serious when his department heads come right behind him and follow exactly the way that their leader tells them to follow? Dr. Antonio Williams is the last say-so, the head honcho of that school. So all of a sudden now, since he's the now Mr. Patton, Kennard Patton, the band director, he's caught a lot of smoke from Rattlers in the community about him ducking and dodging the alumni band when it came time for practices. Because if you went to the alumni event, you saw that that was not a full force percussion section like we normally have. That was not a full force band like we have, because something that was so intricate when Mr. Mixon came back to direct the band, and when Mr. Standifer took over to be the actual band director for the alumni band, they didn't care. Nobody cared. Mr. Standifer never cared about us using the instruments. He never had a problem with us using the school's instruments. He never had a problem with us using the band room, nothing of that nature. Nor did the principals in place have a problem, because they understood what was going on. And they were invested to the succession of John L. LaFleur High School. And so, yeah, I had to pause sometimes, because I just blow myself sometimes just thinking. But they were involved with the succession of that. So it was never a problem. And anytime an incident came up where a drum head was busted, or a tuba got dented, or a door got broken in the band room, and don't ask me how a door got broken in the band room. Because LaFleur Band is a fraternity, man, and we stay whole to that to the day we die. It's a fraternity and a sorority, because we definitely have female. Like, I mean, it is what it is. This LaFleur alumni band is that. So, we still hold true to our values even today. But when they come out and say we're not going to let you use the instruments, you don't have clearance to use the instruments. And then when they say that we're going to have a band practice at the at the school, now we start practicing for the damn alumni event at least a month and a half before the alumni event, just to make sure that everybody is tight, everybody has knocked the rust off, and to give everybody an opportunity to at least come to practice once or twice before we have the final practice, to know exactly what we're going to do, because we actually play real music, not current music, not the songs of today. We play traditional LaFleur and Tomerville High School fanfares. And, all that is being trying to be ripped away from us right now. I'm not against the kids in the band, but I am against the active band playing at the pep rally for the alumni. I'm against all that, because the children have no place at the alumni event when you have to be 21 and up to enter the vicinity in the first place. So there's a contradiction already. Secondly, I don't have no problem with the kids marching in the alumni parade. They can march in the alumni parade with the alumni, but that is the alumni's parade. So therefore, let the alumni have their event, please. But we can't have our event if we don't have adequate amount of instruments. So I've been talking to other people about doing things on the back scene to make sure that we never have those problems again. So if you want to know what's going on, that's what's going on. Dr. Williams is there to sabotage LaFleur High School. I don't care what you say. I don't care who you love. I don't care what crony you serve. I don't care who you serve as a crony. That's the truth. And if you don't think it is, take me to court on it. And I'm going to leave with that. So with that being said, I told you all, I'll show you all exactly what I said to these jive turkeys downtown at the city council meeting today. So here we go, y'all. Step up, pay attention. This is it.
Because this is straight from the heart. Mr. President, how many bodies does this administration have under its name? How many times has someone been murdered by the Mobile Police Department under this administration? Furthermore, how many times has that victim been an innocent suspect? How many times has it happened? So my next question is, how many times do they expect for it to keep happening? And do they expect for us to come down here, speaking from the heart, gathering the community members together just to hear fluff? from the city attorney. Just for somebody to say, you don't know what you're talking about. Just for somebody to say this good cop, bad cop narrative. I'm tired of hearing it. And I know the city tired of hearing it too. We're not coming down here saying that all cops are bad, because if we did, we'll come down here and say, get rid of all the cops. That's not what we're saying. We're not dumb. We're very intelligent. You're talking to veterans. You're talking to doctors. You're talking to ministers. You're not talking to idiots. You're talking to people who studied, people who have great educations, people who come from great backgrounds and great families. You're not talking to imbeciles. You're talking to people who study your business just as hard as you study the city's business. You're talking to people who have placed themselves on ballots to sit up here. You're not talking to dummies. So stop with the same old tired narrative. We already know what you're going to say before you even say it. But we only have 180 seconds to come down here. And once we say what we say, we go back to our chairs. Y'all say whatever you want to say. You can disagree with me till your ears turn blue. I don't care. I'm going to say what these people out here on those blacktops are saying. Y'all know what this is about. This is about unity in the community. And it's about the community coming together when there's a problem going on in our city. This lady has been coming down here since July 2nd. I would have got on the issue, but I was illegally banned from speaking in these chambers on July the 2nd. I was banned July 1st on my birthday, a whole month. Couldn't come down here and say anything about the Dallas issue. Then for the mayor to get on the TV and act like nothing's wrong and act like the police did no wrongdoings, then we don't know who these killers and thugs are out here on these streets. So now everybody that's brown has to drive with precaution. Then you have 3 of the victims this year that weren't even the correct people. There's outrage. That's why we're mad. That's why we come down here like this. But then we'll be the bad guys. And then you all will sit up here and you all won't put any teeth into the legislation. You'll just do it to make it look good for Mayor Stimson and Ricardo Woods. And at the end of the day, we'll all be the ones that are sobbing. We'll be the ones that are upset. And I don't care if it's not what I signed up to speak on. It's what needs to be said. Thank you.
So, that's how it went today downtown at the city council meeting. And, like I said, I didn't have any speeches prepared. I didn't want to be Langston Hughes today. I had to be Black T, the promoter. And that's exactly what I brought to him. And if you see the body language up in there, now they would never show the body language of, the mayor or Ricardo Woods, the city attorney. And they also wouldn't show me speaking from my face, which I'm glad of that, because what they did was they wanted you to see I shouts out to whoever runs that camera downtown at Government Plaza, because what they wanted you to see was the discomfort that I bring to the city council, the discomfort that I bring to the powers that be. Like, they get to see this every week, and the 241 people that tap in out of the almost 200,000 people in the city, they get to see this every week. They get to see these events. And, it's just beautiful to see Councilwoman Gregory tap CJ Small on the thigh and say, pay attention to this note that I'm writing over here about him and what he's saying. And to see William Carroll can't be still over there, don't know what to do. But you should have seen Ricardo Woods' face. And you should have seen James Barber's face. And you should have seen Sandy Stimpson's face. But Sandy Stimpson, I have to say, it wasn't a face of he's mad. Sandy Stimpson is sick right now because all these bodies, they fall under his administration. And he's trying to figure out how to fix this. But people, it's time for us to fix our own city. Not wait on CJ Small, not wait on Gina Gregory, Corey Penn, Ben Reynolds, Josh Woods, Joel Daves, or William Carroll. Not wait on Michael Linder, not wait on Ricardo Woods, not wait on James Barber, William S. Stimson, Robert Lasky, and anybody else on that body. It's not their city to take care of because it's our city to take care of. Yeah, they're elected and appointed people, but at the end of the day, who elected the ones that do the appointing? Who elected the elected? Or who didn't choose to vote at all and allowed these people to sit and stand tall? We all know the answers to these questions. And we all know that there's a great work that we must do as a people. But until we actually care about more than just a little Top Golf, your favorite bottle girl or your favorite DJ's live or their Instagram posts and all that other stuff like that, or whatever Tiny and T.I. got going on with their bad son, or whatever Boosie talking about his own son, or whatever's going on that ain't happening right here in Mobile or the state of Alabama, until we start shifting our focus, until we start shifting our minds, these are the problems that we're going to keep facing. Until we put people in place that actually represent us and what we represent and what we stand for and what we go through, until we actually get down to earth, brothers and sisters, on that dais up there sitting on that city council table, we're going to keep running into these problems. Until we get people that actually have a backbone to stand up to the powers that be, or until we get powers that be that are actually for you and for me, and not just some self-gaining interest. These are the problems that we will continue to encounter. So whether you're watching us on Facebook Live, you're watching us on Twitch, you're watching us on YouTube, or you're listening to the replay on Spotify, or wherever you get your audio podcast from, I'm Black T. This has been the first video recording of Talking Tough with T. I would love to have anybody who would love to be on this show. All you have to do is hit me up and say, bring me on. Even when we're going live, all you have to do is say, hit me up and bring me on. I will send you the invite link, and you can tap that invite link. If a politician is out there and they feel some type of way, hit the damn link, Jack, and we'll talk about it right here. Me and you, one-on-one. I'll even bring in a moderator to keep me and you at bay. If you are a crony for the mayor's department or the city council's department, and you run tail every damn thing that I do and say, bring your ass on here. Or run tail their ass that they can come on here. We're uncut, we're raw and unfiltered, baby, right here on Talking Tough with T. I am Black T, the promoter. I will be out in the streets, in the community, and every day we will be here streaming live on these beautiful platforms. So make sure y'all tap in, man, and I appreciate y'all for being here with me, but, I got to go. It's late. See y'all next time.